like the ones you see in Amsterdam, but you know. I knew it was going to happen eventually. Right then. Hello again from Lisbon. Welcome back to the second oldest city in Europe, being known in your first place by Athens. Now, Lisbon is a city in which everyone's been here, from the Romans, the Germanic tribes such as the Visigoths, all the way up to the Moors, before Alfonso I recaptured the city for Christians back in the 12th century. As you can see, it's somewhat windy today, so I have to watch my hat. But yeah, let's go around, explore the city, see some sights, see a bit of history. Yeah, generally just enjoy it. There's even some women here on some like handling beggar scam, some like gypsy woman. Everywhere you go in Europe you always get this. They'll do the classic thing where they sit outside churches begging, which is fucking ridiculous, but that's what you get. This is modern day Lisbon. I didn't actually get that on camera. You get the odd guy there trying to sell me some drugs. Classic case. They'll try to say like fake hash, fake whatever the fuck. It's like, just ignore them. Yeah, there's just all these like foreign scammers basically, like all over the place. Which is like just what you got to look out for, basically like everything in the European city. Even when I was in Berlin, it was the same thing. Like, you know, that's what it is now. Just nearly had my head taken off by a pigeon. Yeah, literally. 2 times I've not had the camera on. Some guy's been there, yeah, do you want hash, cocaine, you name it. Get real, mate. But yeah, just keep the camera on and it'll bother you.
Yeah.
Speaking of tat shops, here's one. You want a hat, something like that. A scarf. Oh, it's a place to come. Place to come in Lisbon if you want all that stuff. And something else you see here quite a lot as well. Homeless people. I mean, I thought like actually it's not as bad as Berlin yet. I've only seen a few. Berlin, they're like absolutely off it there. They go around with shopping trolleys and everything, looking at bottles. Yeah, it's just, you know, the odd guy in a doorway or something. A bit like, you see it in the UK as well, it's nothing new. You don't want to see it, but you know, it's one of those things these days. absolutely hate like walking around in some of these cities you get in Europe. They're just absolutely crazy. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, is driving on the right hand side of the road just means you have to drive more dangerously? I don't get it. You get like bare tourist vehicles and locals, buses and all this. Everyone just seems to get in everyone's way. No one waits at crossings. It's just absolute chaos. Oh, and the turn on right hand turns. Oh no, yeah, you cross on something like that anyway. Yeah, it's just absolutely mental. Every single time, every city I go, it's always the same thing. Okay then, behind me is the Carmo Archaeological Museum. Now, this place used to be a Catholic convent way back before 1755 earthquake and tsunami in the city. Now, large parts of the city were damaged during this terrible event during the 18th century, and you'll find that with the convent. It's actually got bits of the roof missing that is actually never been rebuilt. Now it's actually more noticeable on the south side, on the other side. Still see a bit of it on this side, but if you go down into the Baija district, where I was walking around before, a lot of those buildings were all rebuilt. It's now in this sort of like grid style. They've all got like earthquake-proof bits and pieces put into the foundations and into the structure of them. But yeah, it's one of those events. In 1933, the Estado Novo came to power. It was a regime that was born out of the national dictatorship, which had risen to power from a coup d'etat in 1926. Now, the Estado Novo was led by a man called Antonio de Oliveira Salazar, and he led the Council of Ministers in 1932 up until his death. Well, actually, no. His illness took him out of office in 1968. The Estado Novo, though, lasted until 1974. Carnation Revolution. Now at the bottom of this street we're going to see the headquarters of what used to be the secret police, the Estado Novo. The Estado Novo regime was not really a fascist or communist regime even. It's a sort of weird mixture of taking bits from either one. He was known for his corporatism, Catholic corporatism, his use of the secret police to suppress dissidents, kill and torture political prisoners, and suppress people's freedoms. Now, the Carnation Revolution on April 25th, 1974, just down the street from me here, at the headquarters of the former secret police, protesters swarmed the building. Officers of the secret police, desperate, opened fire, killing 4 civilians. One agent, while he was trying to make his escape, was killed by the soldiers who'd been brought there to bring them down. Let's go and check out the memorial to those 5 people. Just think, all those years, Estado Novo secret police officers would have drove and walked down this street. It's crazy to think, and here I am just strolling down, not caring the world. So there is the monument to the 5 people who were killed, 25th of April 1974. I actually walked past this because, well, the building behind me doesn't exactly look like much of a somewhere that old secret police would have hung out in. It's all sort of high-end, fancy, posh people apartments now. Yeah, well, not only that, but also this street has got a few wild characters a bit further up, guarding cars. Although I don't think they're very official, they just seem to be some guy with a bag, probably looking for a few quid, but yeah, not the most impressive sight, I must say. But there is one last little story to go with this, that at the top of the road, back there, is the Brazilian consulate. Now, back during the Estado Novo days, a wife of someone who worked at the consulate heard screams. She was told that it was probably from the wheels of the trams as they went along the tram tracks on the street. Now obviously we know these screams would have been coming from the building next to me. Screams of people being tortured at the hands of Salazar's agents. Probably one of the reasons why the sort of prison area was moved a bit further to the east of where I am now. Yeah, that is the old headquarters, the secret police, the Estado Novo. Standing around waiting to cross at a green man is like the most un-British thing ever. Like, no one does it in Britain, so why am I doing it here? Anyway, let's finish off with some best drink in Portugal. Superb. After today, I am absolutely wiped. I think the race from this morning has started to catch up on me. My legs absolutely killed now. Foot still hurts, and yeah, knackered. So I just had a bit of food, might pop out around here a bit later on. There's a few bars, see what's going down, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more exploration of Lisbon. Morning guys, welcome back to another day in Lisbon. I had a better night's sleep actually, considering it's absolutely mayhem around here. All these places here are literally all just like clubs up until God knows 3 AM or something. But anyway, I have a nice refreshing drink of Guarana Antarctica, my new favourite drink in Portugal. I'll see if I can find some when I get home. But anyway, I'm going to head down and see a few more monuments today, hopefully. And a few other little bits and pieces. So yeah, we'll see what we can find. Hopefully it doesn't rain today. I'm a bit disappointed actually about the whole Estado Novo stuff. There's not a lot of content around it here. You've got like that plaque, and I think there's a sort of prison museum a bit further along, but you know, if you want to come and see museums, you'll pay your money and come here yourself and do it. You know, I'm not showing you all that stuff. but like there's not a lot that actually sort of marks it, or things you'd see around the city which would indicate it was even ever here. There's a few, I mean, you got like the bridge, Pont de Abril 25, that used to be known as Salazar Bridge, which got renamed after the Carnation Revolution. There's a few other bits that were sort of commissioned during his time, but it's not like when you go to, say, I don't know, Germany or old Soviet countries and have those remnants of the past. There's not a lot of that sort of stuff here. So if you are into that kind of history, you might be a bit disappointed in Lisbon. Maybe in other parts of Portugal they'll have this sort of stuff, but here in the capital there's not a great deal. So anyway, let's head on down another one of these mad steep hills and see what we can find. Must be off limits in there. I'll tell you what, these trams are getting around the city. You see them on these streets that are like literal hills. Fucking mad. Dead pigeon there. Little guy. Pigeon has perished on the streets of Lisbon. Oh dear. But yeah, some of these streets, I mean, imagine if you're afraid of doing hill starts. You absolutely had it in Lisbon. Like, literally you can't get away from doing them. Yeah, I think this should be the way I need to go. Yeah, check out all the old sort of like Baroque, Mediterranean architecture. It's all pretty nice around here, isn't it? Ever present on all streets. You see around cannabis stores. Not like the ones you see in Amsterdam, but you know. I knew it was going to happen eventually. There's me making an ass of myself, eh? I knew I was going to fall over eventually, and here we are. Right on this street's caught us. Oh man. I told you, these floors are unbelievably slippery. These tiles, honestly, they are bare slippy. This is absolutely lethal. Shit. Oh man. Hopefully I've not injured myself any more than I already have. Get some composure back after making a fool of myself in front of the locals. Man, I said I was going to fall over. I can't believe it. Look at the state of this street as well. There's a woman running braver than me. I've already been over once. I'm not doing that. It's a good job it doesn't snow, or if it does, imagine these streets when they're icy. Jesus. All the little old deers, abuelas, I don't know if they're called that in Portuguese, but in Spanish, little old abuelas all falling over, all the groceries rolling off down the hill. It's not what you want to see, is it? Signs on the wall. Not entirely sure they're all for, but I think they're all sort of like artists. There's like guitarists. There's like Faldo performers. I'm not quite sure what faldo is, or fado or something. I think some sort of traditional Portuguese style of music or something like that. Yeah, let's see if I can get down to some sort of level ground. It's not gonna fucking kill me. Check this out, little gin shop here. See what it's all about.
With it or without? 155.
Let's get a little shot of this stuff. I wonder if it's the same stuff over here before. One shot, please.
With fruit or without?
With fruit, yes. This is a local specialty here in
Since 1840.
1840.
$155, please.
But I'll try this. Avocado.
Thank you.
Obrigada.
I wonder if this will be like the last liqueur I bought here in Portugal, in the Algarve, which was some hideous plum liqueur. So let's give it a try. Ooh, that's nice. It's really nice. The fruit's got thorns in it. Superb that. Really nice. 155 a shot.
Without? With?
Without.
Without.
Obrigado. Thank you. Yeah, since 1840, super nice that. Yeah, it's better than the weird fruit plum one I had. I bought a bottle ages ago in Faro Airport, and it was absolutely vile. Like, you wouldn't even believe how bad it was. Wouldn't even wash your drains with it, but that stuff, that was superb. Really nice. Might buy a bottle on the way home or something like that. There you go. Have some knockoff Nike Air Max for €20. Bargain of the century here in Lisbon. See, not everywhere in Lisbon is this like super nice, super clean, historical centre of culture with all the fancy buildings and the fancy avenues. You do get these areas where there's lots of abandoned buildings, and in fact Portugal has one of the highest numbers of abandoned buildings anywhere in Europe. So places like this, you'll see them literally all over the city. These are some of the other things I see as well around around Lisbon. All these little tiles, check these out. Little Portuguese mosaic tiles, absolutely everywhere. See them on fancy little buildings, these smaller, these old little tiles. I've literally been stood under a canopy for the last half an hour, absolutely tanking down here. Can't believe how wet it is. Unbelievable. Anyway, this area is Martin Maniche, an area which online loads of people say, oh, don't come here, it's dangerous and all this sort of stuff. But doesn't seem that bad. Let's have a look around. Yeah, loads of people said, no, don't come down here and all this sort of stuff, but yeah, seems alright. How are you doing? Seems like a nice little area, not dangerous, nothing like that. Literally this whole area is just like all ethnic food shops. So you've got like Bangladeshi community here. It's starting to absolutely call on again. Mate, I honestly got sick to death, soaking wet. Oh, welcome to the centre of Martin Maniche. This is that square you see in a few other videos. People come here and they get hassled and drug dealers and all sorts, but right now seems alright. Might be because of the weather. There's no one here. There's absolutely tons of like homeless guys sat over there and whatnot. But I think the weather's just like forced everyone away. It's ridiculous. But yeah, some of the streets are like rubbish and all sorts of stuff about. Yeah, right here. This fantastically totally not dangerous. Stroll through Martin Maniche. Not that bad. Not as bad as everyone says it is. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. Anyway, let's head up to Alfama. See what's going on up there. See if we can find any nice little bits. Maybe stop and have a coffee or something. Rain. single 9th century disease as well. That's what I'm going to end up with after this. Yeah, it's proper old school around here. There's like some old church or something here. Check this out. It doesn't even feel like you're in Europe here. It's like feels like you're somewhere else, somewhere a bit more tropical. Mooch along. It's dead nice. All the cool graffiti. Check this out behind me here. There's like some old school urinal or something right here in like the most public of places. Urinal. Imagine this with all the tourists on buses. Not the most private places if you want to have a quick slash, but I suppose it'll like save you on a certain day. I mean, it is literally just a hole in the ground, quite literally. Yeah, free to use. In fact, I might have a quick waz right now. I'm gonna need one. Can confirm that the urinal absolutely stinks, but it's convenient, so 5 stars from me. Right then, coffee down, quick sandwich, and let's go on there. A nice little explore, some more, and it's got out sunny as well, which is pretty good. Yeah. Washed off, little cappuccino, little salmon sandwich. Sit down, dry off. Right, let's get back to it. Across the road from me is a Jubei prison, which in the 1920s used to hold female prisoners convicted of common crimes. It was then later used by the national dictatorship and the Estado Novo to house political prisoners. I imagine that it was a bit of a hellscape on the inside during those times, but yeah, it's just a museum now. The bad old days are gone of the regime, the crimes that were committed behind these walls. I actually forgot to mention this earlier, but when I was in Martin Manish, there was a bloke who came up to me. I don't know if anyone watched Backpacker Ben's YouTube video when he was here a few months ago. There's a guy came up to me, asked me for some food or whatever, and I was like, oh no. And he sort of walked away, and it wasn't until he walked away that I thought, that's the same guy. It was the same bloke he bought food for in that shop on that street. Exact same bloke. He was like some Nepalese guy or something like that. By the time I'd sort of like clocked who it was, he'd already disappeared off down the street. just thought I'm not going to like chase him down for some like poverty content or something like that. You know, it might have been a bit too much, but yeah, same bloke, literally the same area as well. Back on that same square in Martin Manish. Now the sun's out and lots more people are here. The vibe's a bit different now. Wow, man, there's a guy to the right of me who's just like arguing with someone on the phone. Yeah, there's loads more people now. Still doesn't seem like it's, you know, particularly dangerous or anything like that, but yeah, still seems alright. Not sketchy or nothing. Anyway, there's some cool buildings I want to show you a bit further over. Some nice Brutalist buildings. Not the sort of thing you'd expect to find in Lisbon, but really cool. Let's go and check them out. So there's people selling stuff out on the streets. Nice little market. Yeah, literally just some local like flea market or something, just people set up, sell bits of fruit and veg, and things are made, all that sort of stuff. Not bad going. Hi brothers, how you doing? There was a few sketch guys there, like, who sort of looked at me a bit funny, but nothing too serious. Probably up to something that shouldn't have been, but yeah, decent. I'll head over and see these Brutalist buildings I want to show you. So behind me is the first Brutalist building I want to show you, the Church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. This is a mad looking concrete, some people might say monstrosity, but I always say these are properly beautiful buildings. Check this place out. It's like some sort of concrete labyrinth all the way up. Got little bells on the top up there. Little areas. Really nice. Let's go inside and check it out. These are the sort of buildings you'd expect to find in like old Soviet countries. Big concrete monstrosities. But it's a pretty fabulous building. Hopefully it doesn't cost to go in here. Well, I don't think it does, but let's have a look. fabulous building this is. Fantastic, huge concrete structure, and the light coming in from the top corner over there. This isn't the Church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. This is the Church of Brutalism. This might be the best church I've ever been in. It's absolutely fantastic. You can check it out from this angle here. This fabulous ceiling. The rain's just started. Look at that. Design on the roof. Huge concrete structure. There's even, I've just noticed down here, it's like a little underground bit. I'm assuming there is a way down there. See if I can find it. Even down below here. There it is. Beautiful. Try and speak a bit quieter in here. Don't want to be going around shouting. Yeah. Fabulous old religious paintings. I'm guessing these are the guys who actually built this church. Well, Enrique. What an absolutely fabulous building this is. One last quick look at the greatest church I've ever been in. Well then, that was the Church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, or as I'm now going to officially call it, the Church of Brutalism. What a fantastic building that really is. The next building I want to show you, the next Brutalist style building, is the one behind me, which is the Palace of Justice, or Ministry of Justice here in Lisbon. And as you can see, it's another fabulous, grand, modernist, brutalist style building with all these fantastic little details all along the side of it. These grand modernist buildings might be ugly to some people, but for me they're just unique, and they're even more unique in places like Lisbon, where you don't expect to find this kind of thing. It's usually got sort of classic rock architecture. Yeah, even on the side of it you'll see these rather fabulous ornate mosaics that sort of plastered all the way along this like outdoor atrium, if you like. More Portuguese mosaics. This must be the Mecca of Portuguese mosaics. Yeah, all these ones depicting, I imagine, justice of some kind, historical events. Again, just get a load of the wonderful concrete glory that it is. So that is the second Brutalist building that I want to show you. There's a few other sites, but I don't know whether they're as grand as this one, or as the church I showed before. So I might put them in, we'll see. For now I'm just going to head back, go and get some food, have a few drinks,